Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. Now, here's John Truman Wolfe.
Hi, folks. John Truman Wolfe here. John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour coming to you from the snow-covered mountains of the Los Padres National Forest as I look out the window. You know, we talk week after week about how to invest your reserves, your extra money, whether it's cryptos, precious metals, even some real estate, occasionally some stocks. But before you have money to invest, that business has got to be humming. And with us today is Cebron Walker, the CEO of Walker Kreative. This is a web development and internet marketing company that teaches, basically helps business owners to boom their businesses. Cebron, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me on this show.
My pleasure. Now, you've been doing this, doing internet marketing. I mean, internet marketing, I look back at my career, there wasn't any such thing as internet marketing. Internet marketing has now been a factor, perhaps the biggest factor in business marketing for 3 decades or so. And you've been at it about that long, helping businesses expand. And there's been a lot of, at least as I've observed it, seems to be a lot of change in how effective websites can be. What do you do? What do you do when somebody calls you to either put up a website or probably these days to give a website a facelift? What's the first thing you look at?
Thank you so much for asking. And it's the whole subject of going from a sort of an analog world of our marketing and changing to digital, of course, happened in the mid-'90s when the internet exploded and email and so forth. But to answer your question, the thing I find, and it seems funny when owners and business owners that I'm working with look back at it, but it's almost like they didn't really look at their website from the perspective of their target audience. They probably originally had it built for what they thought they wanted.
Right.
And so you have a very, in many cases, I refer to it as a inhuman, right? And there's a huge trend in marketing that I really push is humanizing your marketing. So you look at a website, when I have a client come to me or a potential client come to me and we review their website and we find that it's not, right off the bat at the homepage, and just for everybody that's listening, their most important page, of course, we all know this, is that it's your homepage. That's your main landing page. That's where your offers got to be. That's where you got to introduce people to what you do and who you are. Then second to that is your About Us page. People want to know who is it that's behind this company, that's behind this website. You know, who are the principals, who are the staff that are going to take care of them. So the About Us page, I did a survey of every website that we take care of at Walker Kreative across the country, and I had my staff basically do a survey of Google Analytics of the most important and most clicked on pages of websites across every website we take care of. And this is how it breaks down. It goes homepage, About Us page, services pages, blog page, and then contact us page. There's, of course, other little trickles in there. But so you've got to humanize your website and talk about who you are, what you're going to do for your target audience. With pictures or even more importantly, video that immediately, when you land on a website, will build trust for your company primarily, and then that your products and services will work for that target audience.
Cebron, I read a study, sorry for the interruption.
Yeah.
I read a study that said that videos on a website, particularly third-party endorsements, customers, clients talking about how good your product or service is, increase closing percentages 6 times, 600%. I don't know how true that is, but that's what this article said. What's your experience?
I would say that's totally correct. When let's just take the example of a full marketing strategy package that Walker Kreative might do for a dentist or an orthodontist or really any kind of company, we'll ideally what we will do is we will review the website, review the pages that are getting the most traffic so that we make sure and, optimize the successful things. But in many cases, there's a lot of unsuccessful situations going on. So we will take that analysis we will do, and then we will go out to that company and we will do a full photo shoot and video shoot. We will interview the principal of the business and create a video that sort of is a welcome video, we could call it, an introduction video. We will create several videos that highlight the most profitable or most important treatments or services that that company provides. And then we will interview, just as you just pointed out, we will do testimonial interviews with a selection, let's say 5 people, let's say, of that are clients. We will particularly, and this is important for everybody to pay attention to because these are the nuances that really help, is pick, if you want to do testimonial interviews, like first of all, just do them. Just do them, right? But then if you want to get nuanced about it, pick people to interview that fit your target audience's demographics, psychographics. Like if your target audience, if you're a pediatric dental practice, well then get testimonials with moms, right? Because 90% of the traffic you're going to be getting is moms that are going to make decisions for their family, right?
Right.
So we go out there, we shoot lots of content video-wise and photos, and then we rebuild that website with video on the homepage. Like that hero banner should be moving footage of your business to show what you guys do. That, and I don't mean to harp on it too much, but I will tell you that doing that massively increases trust. And as we all know, as business owners out there that are trying to, build wealth, that are trying to, put money in the bank, put money into investments for long-term growth, is we have to get that one factor of trust built with that target audience. And once we do that, man, it just changes the whole game because you're the one they're going to go to. They're going to go to other other competitors' websites, and those websites will not compete with you because you're welcoming them right into your business with video content on the hero banner. Maybe they scroll down a little bit, they see your services, they see some testimonials from people that have really worked with you. These things can completely change the game for your business related to your website. And so then you do some Google advertising or some Facebook advertising and you drive some traffic to your website. You cause these leads to come there and your money is well invested. You're putting money into ads so that they arrive to someplace where they'll convert because they immediately get some trust with your company. If you start doing
hold that thought, Cebron. We're talking to Cebron Walker, the CEO of Walker Kreative. I'm John Truman Wolf. This is the John Truman Wolf Financial Hour. We'll be back and talk some more about internet marketing and how you drive people to the site. And most importantly, at least in my mind, what are the things that convert visitors? We'll be right back. Stay with us, folks. And we're back, folks. John Truman Wolf, the John Truman Wolf Financial Hour, coming to you from the beautiful mountains of the Los Padres National Forest, where the snow has stopped for a short time. Let's hope it stays that way, because I'm going to drive down the hill, and driving down the hill in the snow up here can be challenging. All right, we are talking to Cebron Walker. Cebron is the CEO of Walker Kreative, a web design and internet marketing company. Cebron, before we cut to the commercial there, first there is the designing of the website, but you can drive thousands of people to the website. What's key, of course, is that the visitor decides to at least inquire about the service. What's the key there? What gets conversions?
Well, it's a great question, and I just had a conversation today, and the gentleman works as the marketing director for a security company, internet security company in Silicon Valley, John, and he's probably listening, in fact. And we were looking at his website. I mean, as I touched on before, you have to humanize your site, and you have to create a website that builds trust for your target audience. And then when you're going to invest in your advertising budget. And you really, truthfully, you don't want to waste money on your advertising budget unless where they're being driven to is prepared for them. That homepage or that decided on landing page on your website, if it isn't your homepage, has to talk to that exact target audience that you're, doing advertising for, and deliver a call. You have to have a call to action. You got to tell them what to do. What do you want them to do? You might have a video that introduces them to that product or service or the whole company. And then you want to say, let's do a free interview, or let's do, a free evaluation of whatever situation might be. For example, an orthodontist in Utah that we are working with. Well, an orthodontist wants to, once the kid is 7 or 8 years old, their mouth is forming, and that would be an ideal beginning target audience, the moms of 7 and 8 year olds. So what do? We develop a free, introductory evaluation of your child's mouth. So it just happens to be, every business can have one of these, but it happens to be a great thing to do. So, kids get brought in by their moms. There are a lot of, they're welcomed in, lots of smiles. They're very comfortable here. The doctor is great with the kids. And, we go, good. You might not be ready for braces yet, but, your mouth is forming, and, in 1 year we need to do this, and year 2 we have to do this. Guaranteed, with a well-done website and a practice that's, ready for this operation, delivering those free evaluations, you've got a perfect call to action. You've got all the information on that family, and then every kid from there on out is going to be going to that orthodontist. So just as an example, but every business can have that type of thing. And it doesn't even have to be free. So, it's a series of preparatory and then execution tactical targets in your marketing that every business can implement. And go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say that, and to kind of repeat something you said a little bit earlier, and just hammer this attribute of trust. The websites that I've seen where a client or a patient or whomever is up there on if you're talking about the healthcare professional on their website, and they talk from the heart, not scripted, say this or that. Just let the person talk about how they were treated. They were treated well. That communicates, at least to me as a consumer, communicates to me as good or better than anything.
It's very true. And we'll go in and we'll shoot, premium level. Walker Kreative creates premium level video productions for businesses, both, to show off the company or to show off products or to show off treatments. But we will also do those testimonials, and we just ask the client questions to get them talking, but to keep it from the heart. I have done interviews for this exact kind of video where the person is crying about how valuable or how good the business is. Talk about effective marketing.
Amazing stuff. All right, folks, we're talking to Cebron Walker. Cebron is the CEO of Walker Kreative. The site is up on your screen. I'm John Truman Wolf. We're going to be back and talk some more about how you drive business to your business with your website and internet marketing. I'm John Truman Wolf, and we'll be right back. And we're back. John Truman Wolf here with the John Truman Wolf Financial Hour. talking about how you get money to invest. We talk normally about what to do with your investment reserves. Today we're talking to Cebron Walker, who's the CEO of Walker Kreative, that builds unique websites and also does internet marketing. Cebron, some people are probably not listening via their laptop or their phone. What is the where your website is posted? But what's the website address for people that are just listening?
Yeah, well, it's walkercreative.com, and the creative is with a K. So walkercreative with a K.com. And if, and I might as well share, if you go to my homepage, there's a button right in the middle of the homepage. And if, any of the listeners out there across the country want to get more tactical knowledge of how they can implement digital marketing strategies, specifically social media, websites, video marketing, to, of course, we're all trying to make more profit, deliver good services and products, and make profits for investments and for, to build wealth for our households and our families. And marketing is the tool to create that business, to build that wealth. And so if you want to do that, I am going to be holding, it's in 6 or 7 weeks, but on my homepage there's a button, and there's going to be a workshop I'm actually putting together that anybody can come to learn even more, 3 hours worth of tactical learning about this. So I hope you don't mind. It's to everybody, because my passion, the reason I built Walker Kreative is to help small business owners, owner-operated practices and businesses that want to expand and to really support their families and their communities. So the more I can do to do that, it is just what I thrive on.
Super. Now, I notice the examples that you've given and some copy on your website. Do you focus exclusively or just kind of primarily in healthcare practices? If a person has got a tire shop, can they call you?
Yes, certainly. I would say about 65% of the businesses we're serving right now are in the healthcare world.
Okay.
Dentists, optometrists, orthodontists, veterinarians, but we also have a lot of other. We have a flying car manufacturer. We have wealth advisors. We have business consultants. We have a lot of others. So we'll help anybody to humanize their marketing, reach their target audience. I'd love to touch on, if we have time, social media as well, because it's so important.
I was just about to ask you about that. So before we do that, let me just we've got enough time. You talked about flying cars. Are you Sam Boesfield?
Exactly. Yes. What an incredible company.
Oh, it's fascinating for listeners that don't know who we're talking about. Obviously, this guy is devised essentially a flying car. It's like almost like a motorcycle as you drive it to the airport, then take off, fly a few hundred miles, land, and take off again. Fascinating. Anyway, so it's not just healthcare. And let's get into this other subject, Cebron. You've got the website up. You've got to drive traffic there. Social media marketing has become in the last X number of years. I don't know kind of when it started, but it's exploded. If somebody's going to promote today, they do it via social media primarily.
Yeah, I mean, certainly advertising. If you are a small business owner, you've at least heard of Google search business advertising, but then you've got Instagram ads, Facebook ads. These platforms are all they're making their money on advertising, and whether we like them or not, it doesn't really matter. As businesses, we have to realize, billions of people are on these platforms, or at least hundreds of millions, and we have to be where they are, right? So we have to talk to them as our target audience. And just like I've been talking about with your website, business owner after business owner, when they come to us, they're like, well, I would just like you to be doing our social media. Because I don't have time, right? So let me pay you to do our social media. And the conversation is interesting because in many cases, that's not the final part of that conversation. You cannot use stock pictures and fancy quotations and stuff like that in your social media any longer. There has been trends in years past where it's like, a nice motivational quote about, let's say we're talking about a chiropractor or physical therapist kind of office. A motivational quote about being healthy. And then a quote with a pretty girl running down, through the forest. And then another photo of, a healthy guy eating a salad. These kinds of photographs, everybody that sees that knows it's baloney. They know
Right.
that that's not the people that you're serving. It's not only like, it's not a zero, it's worse than zero. So for all the business owners out there that want to really get engagement going on their social media and have been frustrated by their lack of engagement, as silly as it sounds, a picture of you drinking a Starbucks and going, hey, our owner of our company drinks Starbucks at the Starbucks on 24th and Broadway. That post of you with your cup of coffee at that Starbucks is hundreds of times more effective, because let's just dissect that just for a second. Because you're in your community, especially for businesses that are locally oriented, you're in your community, and you are going to have people going, oh, I go to that Starbucks too. Oh, I like coffee too. Oh, I drink coffee, but I'm more of a tea drinker. You're going to have people interact with that mentally, and then they're going to either like it, they're going to share it, they're going to comment, they're going to, oh my God, I go to that Starbucks too. So as silly as that sounds, and that's just one example, that's way more effective on your social media. So the message is humanize your social media and post at least 3 times a week.
Okay, stay with us. Cebron, hold that thought. Folks, we're talking to Cebron Walker of Walker Kreative about websites and internet marketing. I'm John Truman Wolf, and we'll be right back after this. Stay with us. All right, folks, we're back. John Truman Wolf here with the John Truman Wolf Financial Hour, talking to Cebron Walker, the CEO of Walker Kreative, an internet website building and internet marketing company. Cebron, I'm curious, what's your experience in the most effective social media? And I don't know if email marketing is included in social media marketing, but many of the studies that I've read say email marketing is the most effective. What's your experience as a professional in this industry?
Yeah, and it's true that email marketing, I would say, is certainly the validity and value of your list plays a huge factor, right? Like you can go buy a list and email to it, and that can be very ineffective because those people really don't know you.
Right.
But if you have done a good job at collecting, contacts through social media advertising or offering ebooks or white papers that are of value to your target audience, or whatever the offering is that gathers a name and an email address, maybe a phone number, and keep it easy. I find that it's the easiest one is a name and an email address, because you're giving something of value, maybe a 30-minute webinar on a subject or a video that you can't get, without filling in a form. If you have your target audience is filled in a simple form to give you their contact information, and you've built an email list effectively to several hundred or even up into the thousands of names, that list has been qualified. We can call it a qualified list. That list for email marketing will be very effective, and they will buy from you if you are offering them things at different price points to bring them in. I will totally agree with you, John, that email marketing is really effective, and the social media tool is really a tool to build up that audience through humanized social media posts. I'd like to share just some examples. They're very, very simple if you start to get your mind around the way to post effectively. Birthday parties, staff awards, staff member of the week, manager of the week, client of the week, testimonials of people that have come in, pictures of the owner, whether it's a doctor or it's a different type of business owner, standing with a client that's happy, or a client has done something, so the business rewards the client with some kind of dessert or flowers or a certificate. Posts like that involve the community. Those kinds of posts on social media will build engagement and will take it from hundreds of followers to thousands of followers. And then what happens is it's like a good investment. It starts to build even exponentially. So then when you do advertising and you use, let's say, a Facebook account to start doing advertising, and you have a good following that's reacting and engaging and liking and commenting and sharing your posts because you're posting good human posts that share your business with them, your ads become extremely effective. It's exponentially powerful, right? But if you're not doing that, then your ads are less effective. And so you get frustrated. So
the expertise at that, and I don't do you do social media marketing for clients or no?
Yes, we do social media marketing for clients, and we'll post for our clients. But part of our service includes training, because the best, whether it's a healthcare practice or a business. For example, you mentioned Sam Boesfield and the Samson Sky Switchblade flying car product, an incredible team of people. And they're, if you were to check out their Facebook following, you will find massive, awesome engagement. And that is a product that they have mastered how to post on social media. And so, it's real posts of actually things going on, testing, blah, blah, activities happening. It's not stock photography of anything. And so that's the kind of stuff. So now they're advertising, or they may boost a post. People out there, you've heard of boosting. Boosting is not advertising, but boosting gets a post out there even further to your, to your target audience. So once you build up a good following, you can have exponential effects. And we help you do that, and we also train you to do that. And that's what this training I'm going to be doing in 6 or 7 weeks. It's on April 21st, the button I was talking about on my website. That's training to help you become very effective at social media.
All right, folks, take advantage of that. We've been talking to Cebron Walker. Cebron is the CEO of Walker Kreative. They build magnificent websites. They do social media marketing. He says there's a button on the website. You can attend some training. And we've enjoyed having Cebron on, and I hope the listeners have gained as much information as I have. Cebron, thanks for being with us, and onward.
Thank you so much, John. Do great, everybody.
Bye-bye, folks. All right. John Truman Wolf here with the John Truman Wolf Financial Hour. We'll be back with the last segment right after this. Stay with us.